it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,040 square feet. We're having it painted, been staged, and then we're going to go live on Tuesday. It's going to be $140,000, so it's best deal in the house probably. They do have a land lease, and the land lease is $1,467 a month. So, and then the park does require, it's a 55 plus community. The second person though can be 18 years or older. So that's nice. There are a lot of parks that don't, you have to be like 45. So that's a nice age spread there. So, okay, yeah, so we'll put it up. We'll put it up on the inner office Facebook too, just to give people a heads up.
Awesome. And Joe, the bad news, I have a client for you on that one. Anyone else? Property bitches?
I'll do mine.
Very cool.
Thank you, Louis. I'm relisting my new construction in Cherokee Point. Today it's going to go back on at 1.29. It is a 3-bed, 4-bath with an ADU, vacant and stage available for open houses if anybody wants it. I have a couple soon, same neighborhood, probably listed after family reunion. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath. Tax records show 3-bed because they knocked down a wall, but it's pretty big, about 1,400 square feet. So if you want this 3-bedroom, you just put it back up. That one is going to be an investor special, but they want it to be on the MLS for at least 10 days before they start looking at offers. So I can get you in before that, but we're going to list it at $799. So let me know.
Where's that location?
Cherokee Point.
Anyone else?
I do.
Kelly.
Hi. Hi guys. So my Valley Center, one of my Valley Center's property is now live. It is a PUD, but it's a detached. So meaning it doesn't have a driveway, but there's plenty of parking. It is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath built in 2022. And it's asking for $850,000, fully upgraded, solar paid off, water filtration, you name it, it's better than a model home. And then my other listing, it's $1,125,000. It will be going back on the market on March 2nd and that one is a 3,600 plus square foot home. It is a 5-6 bedroom with a loft sitting at a 1/4 acre in a golf course community of Wood Valley. So if you have anybody that is interested, let me know.
Okay. That second one is in
Valley Center as well, yeah.
Anyone else have property to pitch?
Sorry.
Whoa. All right, that wraps up that. Property pitch is done. Gratitude moments. Does anybody have any gratitude? No? Well, I got some gratitude. Ed Belinkley put on an awesome class today, really informative. I think everybody who was there got a lot of value for it, or out of it, at least I did. So thanks a lot for doing that. Really appreciate that, Ed.
Thank you.
Just again, to our leadership, we had a fun little mastermind. You guys see these impromptu masterminds, jump in. It was really nice. We did this basically analogy to nurturing our databases by putting together plans. We had a good time doing it, so it was really cool. That was
Yeah.
actually, even though she's not physically here.
Absolutely. Anybody else have any gratitude? Kelly?
Just to thank Nancy and Ari, because every time I have an issue, I always contact them and they respond right away, so thank you ladies.
Yeah. Welcome to BrokerBot.
We should do that every session.
I'm glad they could be of help. That's it? Anyone else? No? All right. Moving on. Upcoming events. Dialogues. Really important if you want to increase your skill set and get your conversion rates up. You guys are always welcome to join Ed and Robert. This is every Tuesday and Thursday, standing room only, in this room, 9:30 a.m. If you can't make it in person, you're welcome to log in on Zoom, and they can also entertain you there. It's an awesome class to be part of. Don't miss it. The Compliance Edge. I think you guys all know how informative Mark can be, so if you have any questions or just kind of want to join, keep yourself sharp, go ahead and do that. That's on Mondays at 11 a.m. and he's always available to take your phone calls as well too, so don't be afraid to reach out. Oh my God. Escrow Partners.
I just want to take a chance to congratulate everybody on their success last year. We had to wait until you guys got through your award seasons. This is our award season. But congratulations to everybody up on the screen. They had multiple listings with us last year and they made our top group. So we wanted just to take a moment to say congratulations. And we're seeing a bunch of them already in 2026. So obviously, I know Nikki said at the mastermind they were talking about planting the seeds. It shows up 90 days. We're seeing what these guys did in 2025 just continue to bear fruit here at the beginning of 2026. So congratulations to everybody up on the screen. And congratulations to the next slide of people who, and I will say Chris Bates Escrow has closed since I submitted my slide. So congratulations, Chris. And congratulations everybody up here. Everybody up here has an escrow that's open with us for the month of February. More may be closing while I'm here talking. We'll try to keep up, but you guys move quick.
Does Marvin have a twin?
Marvin has two because he has two escrows open. So that is intentional. He does have two escrows that are currently open with us. And it made my slide nice and even. So I was like, he gets a spot for each escrow. Yeah. So congratulations everybody up here. And I think I have one more thing. Okay, this is gonna go up in 7 minutes. I'm just trying to give you guys things that you can put on social media just to keep yourself kind of in the game, making sure that your friends, your database knows that you work in real estate and that that's the first thing they think of when they think of you, in case they know you from if you did something before real estate or if maybe they haven't done a transaction with you before and that's not the first thing that comes to their brain. So this is average sold home prices. I just pulled detached San Diego County, January 1 to January 31st for 2020. The average sold price was $1,007,114. Did the same thing for 2026. Average price $1,426,297. So as you can see, this is one of those slides that in 5 years, change of $420,000 basically. So for those buyers who maybe have been considering it, don't know if it's the moment, this would be a great conversation starter. So add your DRE, your contact info, all that good stuff, but this will go up on the Inner Office Facebook page at 1:45. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Jacqueline?
And go.
Does anybody still go on Facebook?
Yeah,
Out of curiosity? All right, good. Just wondering. So, one question for you guys. Yeah, anybody see my caricature that I made through ChatGPT? It was so much fun. Do I really need that? All right, cool.
Yeah. Just for the.
So, what's this for, Judy? Can you tell me?
What, that?
Yeah.
Because we want to.
Oh, you want to have me that? It's not even on. It's not even on. I broke it. All right, so, does anybody know?
Something important here.
Does anybody know what a non-QM loan is?
A what?
A non-QM loan? Does anyone know what that stands for?
Non-qualified mortgage?
Yes, sir. Winner, chicken dinner. I'll tell you what you win afterward. So, what's a non-qualified mortgage, you guys? This is the class that I just taught an hour ago, 2 hours ago. But it's something that's outside of the box, right? It's not your typical Fannie, Freddie, conventional loan. It's not your typical FHA or VA loan or even a USDA loan. It's something crazy like a 1-year bank statement loan or a DSCR loan, or if you're talking about a 1099 loan, right? They're loans that are done by private investors that aren't just like your regular cookie cutter loans, like I just mentioned, right?
Non-warranted?
Non-warrantable condos, that's all part of it, right? And so thank you, Luis. He handed out a sheet with all of the different product offerings that Movement is up to now. When I first started, it was a fraction of this. And we've constantly been building new investors, and we're constantly adding new products to our product line. And just understand that all of these, what I have in front of you, this is just what we do in-house. We can also broker out loans if we can't fit into these boxes, right? So it's really important for you guys to understand that you go to big banks, they can't do this stuff. You go to credit unions, they can't do this stuff. Independent mortgage banks have taken over everything that big banks used to do back in the day, right? If you take a look at what everyone was doing prior to 2008, big banks did about 70% of all the mortgages. Now those numbers have flipped and they're all independent mortgage banks, which is what Movement is. So if you have any questions, if you have a borrower that's on the cusp, doesn't understand, maybe they're like, oh, I don't show my income, no problem, let's at least have a conversation. Because we might be able to find a box that they could fit in to still get that loan to buy their house. So don't just leave it to, oh, they don't get, W-2s, or they don't get a pay stub, or they don't show income. Well, there might be a way to make it happen. So please, my phone number's on there. If you guys have any questions, I have so many marketing pieces that I can co-brand with you guys. Let me know if you guys need anything, and I'm here to help. That's what I got.
Awesome. Thank you, Ed.
I don't think that's all.
And I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So when a client's close a loan with you guys, how quickly or how soon do you sell it off?
So it depends on what type of loan. If it's a non-qualified mortgage, those are all independent mortgage, all independent investors that we give it to. So for instance, we have like a Goldman Sachs, we've got JP Morgan, we've got Chase, we've got Wells. We work with a lot of big institutions that will automatically take that loan. If it's a conventional or a VA loan or a USDA loan, most of the conventionals we service in-house, and then we will start servicing VA and FHA loans. But a lot of times, especially right now, those servicing rates are very valuable. And so they will resell them, but we always will still be their point of contact. So it's not like we lose touch with our clients, but the servicing aspect may change. Does that make sense? But yeah, it usually within the first 60 to 90 days that will happen, but it just depends on the type of loan.
Yeah, because we've been seeing a lot of freedom mortgage taking over.
We don't work with them.
I know it as clients.
Yeah, there's been a lot of consolidation in our industry, especially on the servicing side. Penny Mac's made a huge purchase. There's been a lot of movement on our side, so it's but yeah, it's just where the check is going at the end of the day. But we're still going to be our loan officer. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Louise isn't? Where'd you go?
Hey everybody!
Hey.
Hey, can we give a shout out to Louise?
Oh, gosh.
Who forgot to hand over the mic?
I have one.
Do you?
next person.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? So Luis is new to the leadership team. Who's had an opportunity to sit down with him and talk about your business? So when you hire someone new to a leadership team, there's phases they go through. And it's called norming, storming, performing, and norming, storming. Anyway. The first two parts are really you're trying to mesh together. We just bypassed that with Luis. It's like a family member that just joined the team and came back. So I'm really glad that he's here, and he's a great asset to the leadership team. He's going to do tremendous things for you. So the first 10 minutes of our presentation day, I'm going to invite Noble up, and Noble's going to need the mic. So if you have a little fuzzy thing to put on, Noble's going to talk about something really exciting from escrow. So I'm going to let Noble.
I don't know Nicole, but
I'm going to let you talk about it.
Okay, so FinCEN, there's a new rule coming into place.
What's FinCEN?
It's the financial crimes. Hold on, next slide. You'll get there. Okay, so what is FinCEN? Okay, that is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. So they have been doing this, but they're enforcing it a little bit more. So they want to increase oversight in real estate transactions. So this is for how the banks will deal with the compliance for real estate. Next slide. So FinCEN only applies to certain aspects of the transaction, and this only happens about 15% of the time. You guys won't see this on all your transactions. So you will need to report FinCEN when it's an all-cash purchase, an entity buyer, a GTO covered area, and when it hits like a price threshold.
What is GTO?
It's like when it's like located in a certain region. There's a test at the end. You don't really need to know these certain regions, but you can kind of hit yes or no questions, and it will walk you through it, and then it will say if you need to report it. So all you guys really need to do for this is you're just reporting it to the escrow, and then escrow will handle their next steps.
So it's only for all cash purchases?
That is a factor that applies, yeah. Because they're just looking at like, where's this money coming from? So they just want to go deeper into it.
All cash and an entity buyer, so if it's in a trust or an LLC.
Okay, next slide.
And while they're fixing his mic, the other thing I'll add is this is what we told you guys about months ago. The point of this is that they're trying to get rid of people embezzling money, right? So we're looking for money fraud. So that's why those categories exist. If you're going through a traditional loan, there's already that reporting in place with regular banks, right? So that's what this is after. This is trying to make sure that people aren't getting shady and sneaky and embezzling money through real estate. Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
that's all it is. So really what this matters for you guys is you're expected to identify the potential FinCEN triggers. Like I said, the LLCs or trusts should be flagged early on in the process just to help us on the escrow side. And it is now considered standard contract knowledge that you'll see in the CAR form. So it will be in there, and just so you guys know. Next slide. So you don't want to have a late filing. So 30 days post-closing to when you close, you're going to want to have this filed, and that's more our job. But for you guys to report it to us and let us know, that's a big thing. Next slide. So back to your roles. So ask the buyer taking title, confirm if it's all cash purchase, identify entity buyers early in the process, and flag potential FinCEN deals before escrow. So that will help us a lot. So next, so this is huge. If everyone just wants to like scan this QR code, it just makes things super easy. It's like a 20-second questionnaire. You guys don't need to like remember anything I said. You can just answer yes, no questions on your transaction, and it'll be like, this is FinCEN required or not. And you can just tell Nicole or Christine, and that helps us a lot.
Well, it seems to be pretty obvious. If you're selling me an entity or it's cash, then it is.
Well, for anybody that it's not obvious to, because Chris Spade is a very smart guy, I'm sure he doesn't need that. But
well, I mean, escrow officers should be smart enough to look at a contract and go, oh, it's cash, oh, it's a trust.
Agreed. No, it is super simple. Super simple.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it, y'all.
So it's not
But the other reason you might want to make sure that you know, in addition to the escrow officer, is we're going to need some additional information. So you want to be prepping your clients to know that, hey, there's another form they're going to be asking you because you're a specific type of transaction.
If it does go into FinCEN, yeah, there is quite a bit of paperwork that will go into it.
It's a lengthy form we have to fill out, and we may have to reach out to them for more info. So if you know in advance, it's helpful if you guys are just setting up that conversation for us.
And sometimes you'll have a purchase in someone's name that all of a sudden asks you in the middle of escrow, hey, can I put this in a trust? Or hey, can I close my LLC? And next thing you know, like if y'all didn't know about it, we knew about it, then we're doing the same thing on our side.
And assuming the ownership.
So, yeah. Yeah. Maybe there's one more slide? Yeah, like I said, it really only applies to 15% of your transactions, so something you're rarely gonna have to deal with. You know the triggers, and yeah. FinCEN, woo!
Thanks, Snowball. How'd you feel giving a presentation?
That was good.
You glad it's over?
No, I can stand up there all day.
Come on up then. Help with this.
I'll do the risk management for you after this.
Now you know how boring it can be, and I try and make it at least fun sometimes. Not that your presentation was boring.
Yeah, boring.
How does this play out in real life? We've seen fraud in the past, and that's what this is trying to circumvent. So an example, if you get a buyer that calls you and is saying, I'm going to pay all cash, and they're going to source some funds, but they're not really sourcing funds with a legit bank account, be very leery of that. Come see me, because we've had that happen in our brokerage in the past. It happened a lot during the 2008 real estate crash, where there was a lot of fraud with short sales. So just be leery of someone that says they have all cash, but they don't want to give you information. That's just my recommendation. Kind of sick of that. Okay. So, do I have a clicker or no? No clicker? Okay, go through. Okay, back up. So, this is what we're talking about today. I'm going to remind you guys about a correspondence log again, and why the important and simple tricks you guys can do to make sure you're protecting your transaction. And then we're going to get into BrokerBot a little bit. So let's talk about correspondence log. Why does Broker Bob always tell you to have a written confirmation of anything that's a material fact about a transaction you're in?
In case you go to court.
Cover your ass.
Yes. What's the first thing that the attorney, if you're ever in a claim, will ask you for?
Correspondence log.
Correspondence log. And what should be in that correspondence log?
Correspondence.
Everything.
What is a correspondence log? Is it your text chain?
It can be.
I got all the right answers.
It can be.
So mainly your communication log from your emails, but if it does incorporate what someone has said, contractual information in a text message, you should include that as well.
Yes. So my personal recommendation for every transaction you're in, you start a communication log, and in the subject line you put the property address and everything you communicate to that buyer. Now it's great you're using your text to communicate today, but we're moving into a new era. That there could be a lot more fraud in transactions, a lot more compliance overlays. You guys seen all the stuff that Carr has come out with, new documents in the past 3 years. Here's my brain, what my brain feels like. Who's ever goes on a trip and they're putting their luggage together and they can't squeeze everything down to close the luggage? That's what I feel my brain is with everything that Carr has had me present to you guys, and what your brain should feel like. One more thing to learn in a transaction. So with the communication, back to the communication log. It's great you text message, but when you're piecing together a communication log and you're cutting and pasting screenshots of your text messages and putting it on a document, that's very cumbersome and laborsome. So you want to make it easy for yourself. And so from every time you talk to somebody about the principal, whether it's a buyer or seller, you create an email to follow up on our conversation we had today. We discussed this, and this. Put it in the subject line, and then you CC your transaction coordinator on all of it. And what the TC normally does is they pull all those emails and they upload it into the correspondence log section in your command. Or you can use a service, like who uses a service to compile your emails? What's it called?
I use Cloud HQ.
Cloud HQ. There's a few out there, but there's services that actually will do that. It does cost money each month, but it's worth it, because what it does is it goes through all your emails. You label the buyer, you label the seller, you label the property, and it picks up every email you talk about with that principal in that transaction. And it makes it so much easier to do that. So, next page. Keep going. So this link right here, how to create one, this will be in the PDF that's gone in every risk management PDF that's gone out. You click on that link and it'll show you how to create a communication log or correspondence log the right way. And it's really easy once you follow the instructions. And we all know that whoever gets your final review message from Mark, what does Mark say?
Correspondence logs, we want your check.
Yeah. Upload your correspondence logs, you want your check. Okay? All right. Next one. Let's talk about AI safety. Okay. Who, in the show of hands in the room, who is using large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, etc.? Give me some feedback on it. What are you using it for?
I use it for everything.
Well, what's everything?
I use it instead of Google.
Yeah, I use it instead of Google. I rewrite emails so I don't sound snarky.
You?
Yeah. I write scripts. I write
strategy, marketing strategy, strategy on getting
Marketing plans.
Data
Marketing plan.
analysis and lease evaluation, so I can make sure that I'm not missing a loophole by redact contact information for the client.
And what language models are you using?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT
Chat.
and Gemini.
Gemini? Anybody Perplexity? Anybody using Grok?
Not yet.
Not yet, please don't use them. So actually, when you're using ChatGPT, it's going out and using Google to find the information you need, just FYI. So you're really using Google. But yeah, Chat is actually basically supplementing your Google searches and increasing the amount of people that are using ChatGPT for that. But when we talk about safety, I talked about it last week, it's really important that, which is why when we talk about BrokerBot, why we brought it in, it's a closed system. OpenAI means open. So if you're putting clients' private sensitive information up in ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity, you're uploading their private information to the open large language model so everybody can see it. That's why we brought in BrokerBot, because it's a closed system. Nobody else can see it on the outside unless you're part of this office. Okay? So my hope is after today, if you've got some stuff that you used to upload into ChatGPT that should not be uploaded, you're using BrokerBot for that because it's more of a secure network. Next. So, who's been with the company for a while? Chris, you have. When Gary started building Command and talking about tech, what was his main thing he kept pushing?
He wanted to own it.
Okay, but what? Yeah, okay, he did. Wanted to own the tech.
Tech-enabled agent.
Tech-enabled agent. There's another thing he kept talking about. Why, when he built out his proprietary system for Command, why it was going to be better than anything else.
It was built for agents specifically.
Well, it's built on our data.
Exactly. I'm giving you a hint right there. It's all about the data, and that's what you're seeing right now with the race for data. And that's why all these open AI systems are growing and expanding. It's all about the data. So when we talk about your database, if you don't have a database, you gotta have a database in real estate because it's all about the data. If you ever want to sell your business, you want to be able to sell the people in your database to someone else. Just like if you had a doctor practice, you want to sell your client list, you have everybody's contact information. Which is why we brought in, back up, we brought in Metro AI, which is powered by a company called BrokerBot. BrokerBot is the company we've named, and so you'll hear that interchange, BrokerBot or Metro AI. We've named ours Metro AI. And I put on here, AI won't replace agents, but agents who use AI will replace agents who don't. Has anybody heard this statement from Keller Williams? What is this saying?
That we all have to adapt or die.
In a nutshell, yes. Yeah, in a nutshell, yes. So here's what I did. I plugged that statement into into BrokerBot, and here's what it gave me. That's a powerful statement, and it captures a key truth about technology and the real estate industry today. AI is not here to make agents obsolete, but rather to empower those who embrace it with better tools, insights, and efficiencies. Agents who learn to leverage AI can provide faster, more accurate information to clients, automate repetitive tasks like scheduling, follow-ups, and data entry, use market analysis and predictive tools to advise clients more effectively, offer a higher level of personalized service, and stay ahead of industry trends and client expectations. On the other hand, agents who ignore these advancements risk falling behind those who use AI to elevate their business. The value of the agent remains in their expertise, their relationships, their negotiation skills, and local knowledge. But AI can amplify all of those strengths. So this isn't to scare anybody that if you're not up with the AI race, you're going to be out of business. But it's kind of a warning that this is where we're moving to. And I recognized this like a year and a half ago when I started using ChatGPT. I'm older than some people in this room, maybe about 90% of you. And I'm like, I gotta get up to speed because otherwise I'm gonna be left behind too. So it's not to scare people, but it's to let you make informed decision about if I can learn it, you guys can learn it. Now, I did computer science in college, so I had some experience using computers. But I'm not a pro at it. I don't know everything about every program. It's not that hard, but I wanted to learn AI. So the last few and a half years, I really got into all of this stuff, and I studied it. I took a class. There's classes online you can take if you're lost. But I really believe that where we're moving to, there's this big gap happening in the industry right now between the producing agents and the non-producing agents. And it's happening in real time. And this isn't to scare anybody, but Ashley's talked about it in her stats class. She's seen it in the numbers. She's seen it where the agents are not producing and then the other people capturing market share. But my personal philosophy is everybody has equal opportunity, but unequal reward. Equal opportunity, unequal reward. And that's why I believe if you guys harness what we're bringing in with BrokerBot, you guys will have the power to beat a lot of the agents out there that you're competing against. And I'm going to show you how BrokerBot can help you do that today. If I'm scaring you guys, I want to make sure you're going to leave saying, oh my God, that's so powerful. I want to be able to do it that way. Okay? Am I scaring anybody?
No.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right. So, forward. Okay. So this is kind of a slide of what it does. It does some contract. I'm not going to go through that. Let's start talking about some real life uses. Who's been using it? What's your feedback on it?
Mine?
Anybody?
Yes, speak.
I don't know, raise my hand. Well, I was with you yesterday when I put a purchase agreement into it for the first time and asked it to generate a counter for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was super, super detailed. It was actually really helpful. I gave it some prompts of like what I needed, and I couldn't quite figure out the right way to say it. And like AI does, it just pulled through like exactly the perfect way to word the terms that I was trying to counter.
Yeah. So it's really good for contract review.
When I uploaded the contract to text, it didn't take it though. It only worked on the desktop version, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't. You can't upload a PDF. I got the same error when I did it myself. You can't upload the PDF to have it reviewed. You have to do it from. You can do it from computer, but you can also do it if you log in through a web browser on your phone. You're able to do it that way. Who has logged in and registered? Just show of hands.
How did we hear about this? Because I don't.
It was at the last meeting, but I can't find my invitation though.
It went to your KW email address. And the reason why it has to go to your KW email address because it's a closed system. So I can't have a Gmail or a Hotmail or AOL account in there. That's why it goes to your KW.
And Phoebe, what's the website again?
I would just search go through your KW email or search BrokerBot.
Do that.
Yes.
It's definitely still learning. With the manufactured home, they have HUD decals. And I actually asked the question knowing what the answer was. Put what the two decals were put what the decal was and said, is this going to be on annual registration or is it going to be on property, local property tax? And it said, it was built in 1967, it's definitely going to be on an annual registration. And so then I went back and I said, I thought if the code began with an L, it would be local, and if it began with an A, it would be annual. And so it said, kind of great point, thank you for teaching me kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can see all your chats, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going through and checking them to make sure. That's what I'm doing on the back end to help you guys to make sure, and I followed yours.
Okay.
And then what I do, then I go in and say, okay, I see that. Now I uploaded everything about mobile homes from the car website.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So to make sure, now when someone asks you about mobile homes, I want you to use this as a reference source. Think of it as a baby, and they're becoming a child learning how to speak. They usually speak like the age of 4. is when they're fully talking, but they're still kind of learning. And that's what a large language model is about. You have to sometimes teach it stuff because it doesn't know everything. Now it's supposed to go out to the car website to pull in stuff like that, but that one particular question you asked it, which was great, was probably something that wasn't on the car website. Because we don't sell a lot of mobile homes through that, and it's more of a, when you are selling a car, you're selling basically a mobile home, it's selling like a car.
Right.
And they don't have a lot of that information on the car website. So that's probably one off. Here's what I do know though. I watch all you guys ask questions, CMA for blah, blah, blah. And that's all you put. You're speaking, it speaks English, but you're speaking Spanglish. What does that mean? When I say that, what am I saying?
Like speaking slang.
To be precise.
You
Yeah.
might not know all of our acronyms yet.
Well, that or it might not understand what you're saying because you're not giving. Here's what I know about prompts. Prompts are there. Prompts are meant to get the information you want, but you've got to take your prompt and ask it more detailed to get what the output you're looking for. Because if you're speaking Spanglish and it's speaking English, it's not picking up everything you really want. So I kind of chuckle when I see Thomas today, CMA for this, and he texted it in, and you didn't get a response, right?
No, I didn't.
Eventually, right?
Oh yeah, I had to like critique it the way I wanted it.
Yeah, so you eventually ask more questions. So if you're not getting the response, then that's another reason. Another reason is if you're not getting a text response, it's because you probably haven't gone into your settings and set up your phone number in the system. So if you haven't done that, you won't be getting anything from it. Okay?
What do you mean about text response?
So you can text a question into BrokerBot
No.
and it'll respond to you. So go and see forward if I have the phone number on here. There it is right there. So save that number
Nice.
in your system. Now, Ari, let's go into BrokerBot and I want to show them
Yeah.
where they can access.
Didn't know that's what it is.
So when you log into BrokerBot, here's basically where you're going to start. Right in here, if you're going to ask anything, you can ask it right here. If you're going to upload an attachment, that's the plus sign. You can put the attachment right there and upload it. And basically, you got marketing package for a new listing, preliminary contract review, practice scripts and objection handlers. I've seen some of you guys asking that question. And I've seen a lot of you doing photo generation with no success. Again, it goes back to the prompt too. So let's go into, where did we go? We went to knowledge. See if that knowledge, is it the knowledge we want? BrokerBot libraries. And once you do BrokerBot libraries, you go to BrokerBot support. You can open up that library, and there's two files in here I want you to look at. AI prompts for real estate professionals, and then power features for elite real estate pros. Okay?
Robert, which one did you go to? You went to support.
Went to
Knowledge.
go back to the BrokerBot. So you're going to go to knowledge, and then BrokerBot libraries, and then that will open up that screen. You go to BrokerBot support, and you do the ones with the little, looks like a spaceship and a bullseye.
Arrow on knowledge.
Yes. Okay, there.
So here's some of the stuff it'll do that I want you guys to consider for your prompts for real estate. Who's ever had trouble creating your real estate biography for social media or LinkedIn?
Not me.
Right?
You really say what?
Write a professional realtor biographer for me. I'm Sarah Chin. I've been in real estate for 8 years in Tucson. I specialize in luxury homes and first-time home buyers. I'm fluent in English and Mandarin, and I am passionate about helping families find their dream home. That's a simple example of what it can do. Does a real estate blog post. Write an 800-word blog post titled 5 home staging tips that sell homes faster in San Diego, aimed at home sellers, make it informative, engaging, and include additional tips. It also does property descriptions. Write a compelling property description, and I know you guys are using chat for this, for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home in Oro Valley with mountain views, updated kitchen, resort-style pool, 2,000 square foot, and located in gated community near top-rated schools. It'll do 12-touch email campaigns. It'll do newsletter campaigns. It'll make you sound smarter. Can you improve this social media caption? Here's what I wrote. Just sold another great house. Great place, nice buyers, happy to help. Make it more professional and engaging. It'll do Insta quotes. Generate 10 motivational real estate quotes I can use on Instagram. Focus on themes like home ownership dreams, perseverance, and helping clients achieve their goals. So you don't know what to post for social media? There you go. And then ways to generate leads. Give me 15 creative lead generation ideas for a realtor in San Diego. I'm looking for both online and offline strategies that go beyond social media posts and open houses. So that's the first one, the real estate tools. Then there's for the advanced tools. This is really cool. So I did this one yesterday. I just left a showing at 4730 East Skyline Drive. Create a follow-up email to the buyer highlighting the mountain views, the updated kitchen, pool, and that it's $25,000 under comps. Then text me the draft so I can review it in my car.
Oh, wow.
And then it texts it to you, and then you can send it off to your buyer. Text listings directly to clients. Here's a sample prompt. Search for the latest 4-bedroom listings under $500,000. I know, this is in Phoenix. In Oro Valley on Zillow, and text me the top 3 property links. I'm meeting with a buyer in 20 minutes and need to send them options.
Is it linked into our MLS, did you say?
It's not linked in your MLS, it's linked into Realtor.com, Zillow, and Redfin. Because I put those as approved websites in the back, and Homes.com. So it's still pulling all the stuff that's IDX'd out there.
That's cool.
I know. Draft an email to my client, Sarah, confirming our showing appointment tomorrow at 2 for 123 Main Street. Include the property address and my contact info, then add a 1-hour calendar reminder for 1 p.m. tomorrow with driving directions. I did that one, and it added it to my calendar.
That's smart.
Do you have to link your calendar to it?
Sure do.
So is that done by text?
Well,
on your-
and the right response on 2, you have to use a calendar. Right, if you don't use a calendar, it's not going to work. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have a little fun today. Can someone help me pass these out?
Thank you.
So, I cut and pasted on some of these prompts or made some up. If you're registered in the system with your phone number, I want you to pick one of the prompts, and you don't have to text it all out. What I recommend is just taking a picture of it, and then size the one prompt you want, and then upload that picture. And I want to see what you guys get.
So, pardon my ignorance, but how did you get that on your phone? Did you?
You have to go into go back to the broker bot.
You have to text that number.
Yeah, but you
No.
did it first in your broker bot profile.
Close that out.
My phone number is in my profile. My cell phone number.
Go into settings.
So is there not an app for your phone?
No.
No, they not, yeah.
We want to get into the who's in it, who's in the system. So find all the people in it. I don't think they're
I put my phone number here.
settings. What's in the support? I mean, some support?
And support over.
Go down to groups.
So if you
There we are, members. So search for Spade. I want to see Chris Spade. Your number's in there, so you're good to go, Chris.
Yeah, but how do I get that on my phone?
You text. You can text. So screenshot one of
You
these.
can text it or call it.
But what's the number I text?
You had it up there.
That's what I asked, do I text that number? And
Yes.
everybody said no.
Nobody said no to that, bro.
Everybody said no. Stop trying to take
Oh, yeah.
And who's not registered? Sorry.
How is this working?
Did you guys not get
Do
your
we have it?
registration link sent to your KW email?
I'm not an
I
AI.
don't use my KW.
You have to use
I
it.
couldn't get it completed. I started, but there's some confusion about my email, and I haven't figured that out.
Come in and I'll get you set up with it.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Bring your laptop when you come.
Okay.
And if
So
you guys,
just taking a picture of the prompt. and-
whichever prompt you want to use.
And then send it.
Yeah,
Do I? Okay, so we're just testing,
you're just testing.
I feel stupid, but I'm trying
don't feel
to, I'm
stupid.
misunderstanding this. I'm trying to get in. So I'm texting texting Metro AI / broker bot to this number that was on there.
No,
No,
So
you
the-
just text that number what you want.
Okay, so I'm still trying to get in and I'm not understanding how I.
you're not getting in anything. You're going to text one of these prompts to the 858 number. Do you have the 858 number saved?
And we should text.
Can we just call it broker bot?
Let me go.
So what he wants you to do is that
I
paper,
sent the
there's
picture.
prompts. Text it one of those prompts.
So you just said take the picture.
Take a picture of whichever prompt you want and upload. Or you can type it out if you want to type out the whole prompt. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not doing
It's not.
It's going to take a while. It's not instant. It's a little baby. It's still learning to walk.
I'm used to ChatGPT where I get my answer in like 17 seconds.
See, it's been 5 seconds and then we're just like, what the hell?
I know. John and I talked about this yesterday. Our brains are fried if we don't get
I
stuff
did respond in
immediately.
like 3 seconds and I was like, this is broken, dude.
Oh, look, I got an
It
answer.
sucks.
You got it?
What prompt did you use, Chris?
I did the open house form just for you guys.
Yeah, got an answer?
Yeah, look.
What does it say?
You're invited to an open house. Hi, client name. I'd like to personally invite you to an exclusive open house this Saturday. Best Christmas Day social media post. Text for VIP buyers. Well, isn't that special?
It's like magic. You know what would be better? If it gave you all of that separately, you can just do a copy and paste on each thing.
You can do that.
You can do that.
But it's in one big thing, so you've got to copy and paste like certain things for email.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Put it into your notes, not be in the notes.
You're going to do a lot to earn that $20,000 commission.
Girl.
Okay. So once we're in, once we've actually, like last meeting, once we got in there, then all we have to do is I just created a contact for broker bot. And then I just text it to broker bot and then it acts just like ChatGPT. Right, okay, got it.
It just gave me, here's a summary of the subject
Yeah.
property. And it gave me comps, one, school systems, and commute.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it did for me too, bro.
You did the commute
Yeah,
one.
Summary.
Isn't that a quick time saver if you got an out-of-town buyer? They want to know, or the buyer asks you, how long is the commute from Mission Valley to Chirona Valley?
I mean,
I do that.
But you would have to spend time going to get that, right? That's the purpose behind AI. It frees up your time to give you your time back. If you harness what AI really is going to do for you, it's going to give you more time back, which is the point behind it.
I don't know if broker bot can do this, but I used it for something kind of cool the other day, which is to do a 3D rendering of the house along with the amenities, and drop a pin and then they point out the Albertsons and any other stores in the neighborhood and they did it. And I'm like,
That's
this is great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, think of all the buyer questions you get that you have to go, let me go research it. On the fly, you could text and find out the information and give that information back. How valuable will that make you to people you're working with? Because don't people want instantaneous responses now, as John says? Like, took longer than 5 seconds, this thing sucks.
Bob, did anybody drop the home inspection report in the attachments yet?
You can upload your property inspection, give me highlights to review this with my buyer, and a possible response for a request for repairs. How much time does it take for you to go through, if you guys go through your inspection reports? When you go through it, right?
Every one of them.
And you now sit down with the buyer and you need to discuss with them, here's the things we should look out for. How much time does it take to do that? Anybody? Bueller?
Long time.
Long time. How much time does it take to go through a title report and have any flags that you need to notice with your buyer or seller to ask questions about, to be concerned about in escrow? If you do go through your title reports, right? You're getting your time back is the point with AI. And that's why we have a closed proprietary system that allows you to be able to do that and free up your time. Once you really start harnessing the use of this and incorporate it, you're going to be ahead of the competition. What were some of the other prompts you guys got?
And to include all the neighborhood amenities in a tear sheet so that I could use it as a supplement, and it gave me all these things I didn't even know were even there. Water parks, Sinopolis.
So if you look at the bottom of the sheet, I gave you some pro tips. The pro tips is combine tools into one prompt. Search, analyze, draft, and text me. Saves massive time for you guys. Use voice on the go. Speak requests while driving between showings. Leverage your SMS for urgency. Get instant summaries texted when you need them fast. Virtual staging sells faster. We'll get to the virtual staging in a bit. But stage vacant properties in seconds with AI. Automate your follow-up. Set calendar reminders while creating client communications. And then real-time market data. Pull live listings and comps during client conversations. So let's talk about who's been using it for pictures.
Alicia, she's been staging her apartments, or her, what you call it? What do you call it? Your ADU.
So, Ariana, could you go pull up the Google Doc that's next to Quick Start? You already have it up.
Actually, those
Keep going to the right.
Good, I thought.
That one. Go
I
down.
thought they were decent.
Keep going down. So I've been looking at your virtual staging, that it's been having problems, and I did reach out. But then I asked the question, what is the best prompt to give if you want to upload pictures of a home that is vacant and I want you to stage it? Can you give me a prompt so I can make sure I give you enough information to do that? And I said, absolutely. Here's the details. The more details you share about each room's intended use, desired style, and any preferences, the better the virtual staging will match what you envision and what's appropriate for the listing. So here's a template prompt you can use. Just fill in the details for each photo room. So if you don't know what to make of the prompt, ask it. What is the best prompt I can get you to get the end result? And then it will give it to you. Again, it's trying to speak your language or what you want for your output, but you got to give it the right information for you to get the intended output, not just stage this house, which is what I've seen some of you guys do, and I kind of chuckle, but that's okay. We're all learning this as we move forward. But this is what I've learned in the past year and a half as I got into AI. I kept correcting it all the time. And the more I kept correcting it, then it started giving me the correct information.
I think this is a cool thing.
Yeah. So, we'll be teaching classes once a week. I'll be leading them. We'll do it on Zoom. But the intended purpose of using BrokerBot is to get you guys ahead of the competition. Because the race is on. The race is on with the AI companies. Now the race is going to be on with all real estate agents in the world in San Diego County. You guys are going to be the leaders. Yes.
I used it right now, the prompt I asked it is, I said, I'm showing a buyer in this zip code. We're looking at a property that's priced at $725. How many other properties are on the market in this zip code that are less than that? They told me there was 11. And then I said, okay, between this price point and I gave it a range, I said, give me links to everything that's under that. Because that's my situation. I was out showing this buyer and they're like, we don't know if we want to pay this price. It'd be cool to have this. And well, here's everything that's less expensive while we're standing in the property.
Now, how long would that take you to go to your MLS?
Well, I have to
Do a
get
search.
my computer and sitting there, and if it's a question on the fly,
Mhm.
that I get one out doing a showing, that's cool to have it just sent to my phone.
Now imagine you're in an open house attempting to convert a qualified lead because they're looking for a particular property and you can on the fly says, let me pull that up. I have a resource available to look and see if you're looking for a 3.2 in this neighborhood price between $750. You can give it to them right then and there. Or if they have a particular need they want. So that's the intended use of what AI that will catapult you guys ahead of the competition. Because remember, 68% of all agents in San Diego County work for a brokerage of 10 agents or less. They're not getting this shit like this. You guys are. You're going to excel at competition. When I talk about the gap that's happening in the industry, it's the agents that are at those smaller firms need to come join these bigger firms because we're going to eat their lunch. And you guys will too.
Good.
Okay? All right.
This is cool.
Thank you.
So, questions? Comments? Yes.
The other thing I thought I did really well is I have never worked with for sale by owners, and I had a situation come up in my farms where there is a FSBO that's down the street from me. And so I said, okay, you're gonna be my coach. I haven't done a FSBO ever. Here's generally what I say to people, but what would you say to this seller? How would you differ it from? And I gave it my little blurb of what I would normally say in a listing appointment. And I said, you're gonna coach me through it, like, let's walk me through. And it's like, do you want me to do easy, medium, or hard conversations? And I was like, let's go easy, don't be a jerk. But it had a conversation with me, and it brought things up that I was like, oh, right, I didn't think about that. So it was a good coach, and it went back and forth with me. And then at the very end, my favorite part was at the end of our dialogue session. It said, we wrapped it up, we set an appointment, because it was easy, so I got the appointment. And then at the end, it said, here's what we thought you did really well, and here's where we think you could improve before you actually go out and meet with that person. And it gave me like a little scorecard of, it was very cool. And it was like, you didn't ask enough questions. I was like, okay.
So I have uploaded tons of scripts and dialogues into the system, like tons of them. I've also uploaded the 411 and the 135 on how to create them. So when you get to if you've not done your business plan for 2026, and you need to do it, or you want to have it look at your business plan and say, how can I improve this? You can actually just say, I need to help create a 135. The 3 areas I want to focus on is open houses, my database, and a geographic farm. Help me formulate a plan, and you can give it the zip code too. Look at the zip code and see, is this a good zip code to do a geographic farm? So you can ask, the more detail you give it, the better it will give you with the input. And then once you get your 135, then you can say, now give me a task list to do for the next month. And it sets everything out for you to do, a daily task list. So you don't have to think about that too. When you do your, go back to the main page, Ari. When you do your customized marketing package, when you're doing a marketing package for a new listing, you can do your standard listing packet where you're presenting everything in the comps, but then target in that, who is the perfect buyer for that house. So what you'll do, when you, in your prompt, say, find the pull the demographics, go out to the web, pull the demographics of the neighborhood, who is the ultimate buyer for this property, and how can I target market those buyers, and present a customized plan to my seller, or prospective seller, about how I'm going to target those buyers other than just the MLS. And you'll be shocked what it gives you back. You're the only agents doing that. When you come in with a standard listing packet or you do a customized one, how you're going to specifically target the exact buyer for that neighborhood, you'll get the listing, you'll get the business. Or the same thing with buyers, you just customize that buyer plan for them on how you're gonna get them the perfect home. Okay? What did you learn today?
How to get into it.
A lot.
How did what? How did?
How to get in.
Oh, how you into it? Yeah.
I remember I was actually in the system.
You're in it? Can you pull up and see if she's in, under the members? Did she register your phone number?
My phone is, but my email isn't, or something like that.
It also tells you what the consumer thinks it is because they're going to ChatGPT to use it and they may or may not be accurate. So a lot of times it's misleading and someone just.
Yeah, we're not
said,
seeing you in there,
"Well,
Judy."
we're paying for this. I'm like, where are you getting that information? They asked and they said, well, ChatGPT says, like, let's take a look at what the market's really holding.
If you're getting no response, it's because you're not registered in the system. That's why I've seen people text in there and I know they're not registered in the system. Or you don't have your phone number registered.
It's really, I appreciate the ideas that you're giving us for how to use BrokerBot as opposed to just, the normal load up a document and see how, what errors are in the contract or how to respond. Like, a lot of these ideas are really great.
Yeah.
So thank you.
The intention is to save you time. So you get your time and freedom back with your family, friends and family.